Can you believe that? Can you believe we don't have a jacuzzi?
Who gonna check me, boo?
Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. First of all, can we just acknowledge the fact that I'm giving you Gone with the Wind today? This eye look, you know how sometimes when you see makeup and you're like, oh, that looks great on her, but then if I put it on, I'll be looking like Krusty the Clown and some of these clowns we're gonna talk about in a minute. KCK Official on YouTube. She is amazing and she is gorgeous. I got this eye makeup look from her. It's one of her Valentine's Day looks. If you want to check that out, or her channel, I would suggest you do that. Anyways, we are here today to discuss Kanye and his mental health and some things that I think that might have contributed to that. As y'all seen on Monday on Twitter, honey, the video, well, Kanye's wife, who I refuse to say her name, she was talking out the side of her neck at Taylor Swift as usual, doing what she do best, honey. Antics and shenanigans for attention. She's stuck in the house, big as hell, ain't got nothing else to do, and got too much time on her hands. So, y'all remember back when there was the whole debacle of if Taylor Swift knew the lyrics to the song that Kanye had released about, oh, we still should, girl, I ain't listened to Kanye so long, we still should have sex, or Taylor Swift owes me sex, or, you know, I made her career, this, that, and the third, and Taylor came out and said that she didn't know nothing about. I have long cared about this situation. I don't give a damn. I don't care. It doesn't affect me in my life in any ways. They got my money, I don't care. But of course, I hopped on Twitter just like everybody else and wanted to see what the leaked video was, just to, you know, clarify what was really said in the video. And it's a 25-minute video, and halfway through it, I had zoned out. I had kind of got the gist of what was going on, what was really said, if she gave permission, if she didn't give permission, whatever. But halfway through it, I'm doing other things around the house, and then I hear Kanye say something that kind of snapped me back into listening to what he was saying. I actually rewinded it like back 2-3 minutes to start where he was, you know, to hear what he was talking about. So he was actually kind of, in a sense, pouring his heart out to Taylor. He was telling Taylor how the music industry works like this. An artist comes and they're on top for a while, and they're charting, and they're making great music, and they've got longevity, and they've been in it 5-6 years, hopefully longer. Sometimes you got one-hit wonders, but it becomes hard at a point in time because new artists are always coming in. There's always an influx of new artists trying to be the best, trying to get the most music out, trying to get their fan base up, just trying to be number one, trying to be on top of the charts, trying to sell the most albums. We don't even sell albums no more, we streaming, trying to sell the most streams, just all of these things. And we have seen over the past few years some of the antics that Kanye has been a part of. Well, honey, we got the whole MAGA situation. We got the whole TMZ, slavery is a mindset thing. Honey, y'all let that man release this clothing line. I don't know if it was, it was for the homeless. No one was gonna wear that. Nobody. You got your shoes he came out with. The shoe is okay, I guess, but the shoe is sky high for no reason at all. I don't know if he was trying to market it the same way as Gucci and a Balenciaga. I'm not really sure what Kanye's thoughts were on that. But back to what he was saying in the video, he was telling Taylor how there became a point when you've got the Drakes of the world, and you've got the Roddy Riches, and you've got the Meek Mills, and he's not at the, although he is putting out music, he's not at the top anymore. He's not in his prime anymore. You've got these other artists who are coming in and they're selling music, and their fans are streaming, and they've got they've got their stands. And this, not only Kanye, this starts to weigh heavily on other artists and creators in general, because as Kanye stated, there was a point in time where he couldn't get a deal basically to receive profit, to receive income. He couldn't get a deal to say, oh, I'm gonna release this music and it's gonna bring you in this amount of profit, and you know, of course he's gonna get his cut. And that starts to weigh heavily. And then you remember when we heard, after Kanye did his clothing line, we heard, I think it was 50 million. It was like Kanye is in debt, $50 million. Now he's telling Taylor in this video footage, he's saying that he couldn't get these deals, but because, you know, I still consider Kanye a creative genius, as a lot of people do. He's creating things. He still has the money to put up in order to get these things out, but he's not reaping back not only what he put in, but he's not reaping profit off of these things. Once again, he did the clothing line. He didn't reap back the money that he put into this clothing line. I'm not sure if he's reaped the benefits from the Yeezys or not. I know, I'm not really sure. I don't really know. As far as what I thought was really interesting, when Kanye married his wife, we knew there was a point in time where they were staying with his wife's family while they were building their house. And Kanye said this thing in the video, which is what caught my attention. He said, I would have been visiting my daughter instead of living with her. And so when he said that, I was like, what does he mean? So that's when I was like, wait, rewind. Like, what is this man talking about? So he's talking about, once again, the fact that he's not making money. He's not bringing money in. And he's saying that this house, he had to repay back his wife $6 million. And I don't, so that adds to what he calls his personal debt. He's got money to do things, but he's not reaping, once again, the benefits of what he's doing. So I don't know how it works in anybody else's household, but in my household, how it works is, say, if for any reason I can't get something, my husband gets it, and then he'll just be like, oh, well, don't worry about, you know, whatever, take that money and use it towards something else that we need in the house. So in my opinion, when he was like, I owe my wife $6 million, I don't know if that includes, if they went in and that included the house and the furnishings of the house, and they were like, oh, we're going to split it down the middle 50-50, I'll pay this much, well, we'll each pay this much. Or if that was she put it all on him, was like, hey, this is what the house costs. I don't know, I'm not in a relationship, but on the outside looking in, if it didn't include the furnishings of the house, I just felt away. I was like, well, why would she make him pay her back that $6 million if this is your husband, if this is the man that you're committed to being married to, if this is the man that you are planning to have multiple children with, if, you know, this is the man you're planning to spend the rest of your life with. So when he said that he owed her back $6 million and he was in debt, I think he said $20 million when he did his fashion line, I'm just like, how could you say you would be visiting your daughter instead of living with your daughter? And then it dawned on me, even though he's married to this woman, the way celebrities are set up, as we all know, when they get married, everybody wants to get a prenup. This is what you came into the marriage with. This is what I came into the marriage with. Even though we're going to marry, when we leave, we're going to leave with at least what we came into the marriage with. You have no dealings or say so with what is mine. What is mine is mine, and what is yours is yours. It's not a what is mine is yours, what is yours is none of that. So I felt like, or I feel like, the pressures of being in rooms with people who are at the top, their names are opening doors and ringing bells, and your name might not be doing that as much. You're building this house that you having to pay your wife back for. You're trying to, you know, get your creative things out there, reap benefits from them, keep yourself afloat, keep your family afloat. You're trying to put this new family that you just married into on top, because let's be real, the family, Kanye's wife's family was not where they are now when he first met them. Kanye helped elevate that family. Kanye built that family on his back. Yeah, we knew who they were, but they were not where they are now. So they're running around doing their shenanigans and antics, and we all know, to them, any publicity is good publicity, no matter if it's bad or not. I've never in my life seen somebody spin a sex tape, but that's, they did that, and that was the start of, the climb to the top. So Kanye is mentally, I think, going through something, because he has all of these things going on in his personal life. He's trying to sustain his career, provide for his family, and keep his name out there. So day to day, to an average person, it weighs heavily on us if, for any reason, that, I might not be able to afford this, or I might not be able to afford that. We get all stressed out over $20-$30. Just think how stressed he is over $20 million, $30 million, $50 million. So he had already went through some things with his mom passing, and then we had the whole MTV antic with Taylor Swift, and he, Beyonce should have won, yada yada yada. But I think Kanye's financial situation weighed heavily on how his mental health has declined. And I don't want to necessarily say decline, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional, I don't really know. But in the community that Kanye is a part of, you are only worth as much as your assets. If you're not at the top, and if you don't have all this money to go to the strip club and throw around and just blow it on this and blow it on that, and you're owing people, and you can't get some of the deals that you were getting when you first came into the industry, yeah, you might be in the same room, but are as many people in that room talking to you as they once were before, or you more like a wallflower in the corner? So I do think that financially, Kanye's wife is a part of the problem. Me as a wife, if my husband for some reason can't afford things or get things or what have you, if those times were to ever come up, I step in and say, I've got it. And most of the time I don't step in and say, I've got it. But make sure, next paycheck, 2-3 paychecks down the way, like, I need my money back. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I might just be like, don't worry about it. Take that money and put it towards this bill or that bill or what have you. And like I said, he's built this family up. There's profit there he's put into them, but it's going to go to her, because now her image is being built. That's money that she's receiving on her end from deals and promotions and all types of things, but he's not reaping the benefits of it. So think how stressful that is I'm out here, I'm doing all this work, I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it come back to me the way it was coming to me before. At one point in time, it was so easy. I could just open my mouth and say hello, and everybody was at my beck and call. But now it's not the same. So you can just imagine someone would be frantic in, what's my next move gonna be? What am I gonna do next? How can I get myself out there? How can I be noticed? How can I make it? Just how can I make it? How can I at least stay, and I don't even want to say comfortable, because I think there's a different level between comfortable and just extremely filthy rich. But how can I stay where I am and hopefully become better and progress? And I think that weighs a lot on Kanye's mind. he's got all of these people around him, including his wife and her family, who want something from him. Everybody wants something, and he's giving and he's giving and he's giving, but he's not receiving. So that would weigh heavily on someone's mind. That would tear someone's mind down. You're waking up, your first thought in the morning when you wake up is, okay, how am I gonna make millions today? Not even, just money. How am I gonna make millions today? How am I gonna continue to further my brand today? My wife wants to go on a shopping spree next week. How am I gonna pay for that? Like, these things, I'm pretty sure is weighing on him. And I think, we've seen him time and time again, like I said, do things, and we always wonder, like, how did we get here? This isn't the Kanye that we knew before. I mean, I have memories of when College Dropout came out. I've got memories of when, we were doing CDs still. I've got memories of as soon as me and my dad got in the car, like, we were putting in that CD and we were listening to it from the beginning to the end, wherever we were going. Like, I knew every word to every line. I don't know them now, don't ask me. But I knew every word to every line from beginning to end, every track, even the tracks I didn't even like. But because it was Kanye and it was so good, and it was a breath of fresh air. It was something new. It's sad to see, because you're like, this is someone I once looked up to. This is someone's music that I listened to. And to see them crumble as you watch them right before your very eyes is hard. So, I want to know how you guys feel about it. Do you think that money and maybe some of the people around him are the reasons why his mental health is declining? Or maybe, just putting him into the mental state that he is. Let me know if you feel that way. If you don't, let me know how you feel. Please be respectful. Let's just have an open discussion about it, because it was quite alarming to hear when he said, I will be visiting my daughter instead of living with my daughter, which to me simply meant, if I don't have enough money, the woman that I'm married to and with, who is supposed to just simply love me for me, will not be with me. If it's not because of the things that I can do for her and give to her, she really doesn't want to be with me. So, just let me know how you feel. Once again, slayed them today. Y'all be safe out here in this quarantine. And, yeah, just let me know how you feel.